Excuse me. What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It's HorrorFan34, and welcome to another video, and welcome to another review for the Christmas Movie Challenge. Now we're going to delve back into the horror aspect. I do have the film on DVD, but I just figured it'd be just easier. Excuse me, I need a drink. That I figured it's just easier to talk for me to talk about this film. Without even holding up, because I just didn't feel like pulling out all my DVDs and getting it. But if you can tell by the title of the video already, it's a horror film. I think that came out in 2012. I think this was 2012. This was, and if you can tell by the title of the video, like I said, it's going to be on ATM. Now, ATM mixed with like a thriller with a horror movie. It stars Brian Gregory, who I always remember from what's that movie with Edward Furlong? Cruel World. Yeah, Cruel World. The one where Edward Furlong played the guy who was hosting a reality show in this house and he was killing people off. He was having his brother kill all these people off, and all these contestants were getting killed off. One of them is Brian Gregory. He's the star of this film. You have Josh Peck, who I grew up with Josh Peck from Drake and Josh, and he's been in a lot of movies. Mean Creek, the Red Dawn remake, which is very shitty, but I mean, you look him up, he's been in tons of stuff. You also have Alice Eve from Men in Black 3, and a lot of other stuff as well that she's been in. But I forget the director's name, but the basic idea with ATM, it's one of those films where it's condensed for most of the film in one area. The basic idea with the film is that you have these three people that work at this office, and there's an office party going on. Your main guy is Brian Gregory, and his buddy is Josh Peck. They work at the company together, and Alice Eve is also a woman who works at the office that they work at. And Brian Gregory has a crush and really likes Alice Eve and always been nervous to talk to her. So they're all at this office party together, and Brian Gregory's character wants to get out of there, and he offers Alice Eve a ride home, but Josh Peck wants to come along because Josh Peck says, "Well, you were supposed to take me home." So Josh Peck has to tag along with Brian Gregory and Alice Eve, so they leave the office party. Josh Peck decides, I'm kind of hungry. I want to get something to eat. I don't have any money on me. I got to go to the ATM. So they stop at this little ATM station. It's inside this little glass building and out in the middle of a parking lot. Josh Peck goes in. He's having trouble with the thing, and the other two stay in the car, and they park in the middle of the parking lot. It's completely deserted, and they go in there to try to help out Josh Peck, and he gets his money out of the ATM. And when they turn around to leave, all you see is just this guy standing out there with a parka coat on, with the hood over. You don't see his face. Yeah, see, all you just see is this random guy just standing there with this parka hoodie on, and he's just staring at him, just looking at him. And they think does he want to come into the ATM? Is he waiting out there for his turn? So Brian Gregory opens the door and says, "Hey, buddy, you want to use the ATM or something?" He doesn't answer. So when they try to leave, he comes closer to them. He comes closer. When they try to walk away to go to their car, he starts coming forward. But when they walk back in, he backs up. So basically, this guy is a killer, and now they're trapped in there, and it's freezing cold out. It's really freezing cold out. And they're stuck in this ATM because there is a killer out there wanting to kill them. And they get totally screwed when there's a security officer and they witness the guy in the coat kill the cop, and they realize they're witnesses, and now they're completely screwed, and now they're stuck in this ATM with this killer out there wanting to kill them. And then the killer's doing all these things to try to get them out of there so that way he can kill them. And I don't want to spoil too much about the film, but it's one of those films that's very decent and very solid, but one of the things I really don't like about the film is the ending. The ending to this film sucks ass. It really does suck a lot of assholes. Um, I'm not gonna say what the ending is because, I mean, even when I first saw this back in the day, I mean, I saw the ending and it was just like great, like yeah, that's the ending I wanted. So very dissatisfying ending, but everything that happens before that, it's pretty solid, pretty decent. Although some of the characters in the film, like the three main characters do make a lot of stupid choices. Like why would you park your car so far away from where this ATM's at when you just pull up next to the ATM so that way you're real close and things like that. And on top of that too, another stupid thing is the cop that the killer, he kills him for some reason. When the cop sees the people in the ATM and they're stuck in there and he goes to help them, he also parks really far away and he doesn't go right up to them. So it's just like, and so like I said, some of the characters make stupid choices. I mean, there's even a point where Josh Peck decides he's finally had enough. He can't take it no more. He's freezing to death, so he tries to make a run for it, and he gets like zip. Well, he gets like hooked on like a clothesline and on his neck, and he falls backward, and then the killer guts him with like a screwdriver or something like that. So, and there's a point where in the film where Alice Eve takes some lipstick out of her purse and she writes "help" in her lipstick on the window to attract attention, and that attracts the attention of a security guard, but he ends up getting killed. So, and there's a couple of nice bits of gore, like especially when Josh Peck gets stabbed in the gut with a screwdriver. And on top of that too, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of like the movie Frozen, but in an ATM, where three people are stuck in this one spot, like in Frozen, where it was three people stuck on the ski lift out in the freezing cold. While this one, it was kind of more stuck inside of this ATM building and it's freezing cold. But they're very different. Like one deals with you're stuck up there and there's like packs of wolves down at the bottom. And while this one deals with a serial killer, there's no serial killer in Frozen, obviously, but they're kind of very similar ideas if you think about it. Although I think Frozen is definitely a better movie than this movie, but ATM still very solid. I think it's directed very decently by the director. Like I said, I don't know the director's name. I think the three actors do a solid job. I like Brian Gregory, Josh Peck, Alice Eve. I thought the killer was pretty creepy. Parka coat on and the hood. You don't see his face. He's all covered up. So, I think that was kind of interesting too, where you don't know the identity of the killer, which I thought was pretty interesting because usually like a lot of serial killer films, there's always like a reveal, things like that. Not the case here. So I thought that was kind of unique in my opinion. But despite the really crappy, very shitty ending to the movie and some stupid choices that the characters do make in the film, I still think it's a decent horror film to watch because it does take place at Christmas because the party they're at the office is an office Christmas party. So, and it's snowing out and it's cold, so it definitely takes place around the holiday season. But if you like if you want to see a pretty decent horror film, I think this is one that you got to check out. Despite the crappy ending and like some of the stupid choices that the characters make, I still think it's worth a look. So that's pretty much it for my review for ATM. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.